Right friends, welcome back to Learning Space, questions and answers for 45th week. This is from 7th November to 13th November. IIT Kharagpur scientists recently stated that they found evidence of river Chandrabhaga. Please don't forget, sometime back, Valdia panel stated that there was existence of Saraswathi river in the northwestern part of the country, and now this Chandrabhaga river's existence was confirmed by IIT Kharagpur scientists, and scientists from this prestigious institute found the existence of paleo channels, and at the same time this river figures prominently in ancient literature, and this river believed to have existed almost at a distance of 2 kilometers from the 13th century World Heritage Site Sun Temple in Konark, right. So, these things don't forget. IIT Kharagpur scientists found the existence of river Chandrabhaga. At the same time, Valdia panel stated there is existence of river Saraswati. Look at the next one. Recently, Aminpur Lake was designated as a biodiversity heritage site. And this biodiversity heritage site, Aminpur Lake, is in Hyderabad, and this is the first water body in the country to get such a status. And variety of local and migratory birds throng this lake. Please look into this picture. Egrets, herons, please view these pictures. Cormorant, then kingfisher, then river tern. These are the birds which throng this Aminpur Lake, which is situated in Hyderabad, and this became the first water body in the country to get biodiversity heritage site status. Look at the next one. Name the High Court which banned construction work near glaciers. The state we are talking about is Uttarakhand. Please don't forget, Uttarakhand has got 968 glaciers. At the same time, these glaciers are major source of rivers including Ganga and Yamuna. And three important aspects as per the High Court order, that means no new permanent constructions will be allowed within 25 kilometers radius from the edges of these glaciers. Second thing is, plastic will be completely banned in all forms within 20 kilometers radius. And the third aspect is, burning of fossil fuels will not be allowed within 10 kilometers radius. We have to wait and see how the Uttarakhand government will implement these instructions. Then MMTC Limited, this is Government of India Enterprise, and this decided to sell sovereign gold coins to non-resident Indians through branches of Indian banks. This sovereign gold coins will be sold to NRIs, and the organization associated with the sovereign gold coins in our country is Metals and Minerals Trading Corporation of India, or MMTC Limited, don't forget. And at present, sovereign gold coins are available in 5 grams and 10 grams. At the same time, gold bars are available in 20 grams. Look at the next one. Praveen Kumar Sharma was appointed as Central Registrar, MD and CEO of CERSAI. This is very important. Central Registry of Securitization, Asset Reconstruction and Security Interest of India. This is the full form of CERSAI, and it is registered under Section 25 of the Companies Act. Two important aspects I would like to tell you about the CERSAI. CERSAI is basically established to check frauds in lending against mortgages. Mortgage means if somebody is taking bank loan by mortgaging land or mortgaging a building, then the property is a mortgaged property. That is land or buildings or mortgaged properties, and to prevent the frauds in mortgages. That means with the one mortgage, some people may access several banks for loans. To prevent such frauds, this CERSAI will maintain the central registry of these mortgages. That is one aspect. And second important aspect is Saraswathi was recently designated as the central registry for KYC database. So, if someone talks about who is going to maintain KYC database in this country, Saraswathi is going to maintain the KYC database. But it was primarily established basically to check frauds in lending against mortgages. Look into the next one. Name the place where India's first railway university will come up. The first railway university will come up in Vadodara. Vadodara is in Gujarat. Then second point is basically this railway university will help in carrying out innovation and modernization of Indian railways. And please don't forget, already one prestigious institution of Indian railways, that is National Academy of Indian Railways, exists in Vadodara, that is being run in Pratap Vilas Palace. So, this trains higher officials of Indian Railways. Look into the next one. Name the ambitious project of Indian Railways to raise the speed to 160 km per hour. At present, the speed in most of the Rajdhani route sections is 130 km per hour as well as 140 km per hour. Only the Gatiman Express, which runs between Delhi and Agra, runs at maximum permissible speed of 160 km per hour. And now the government's intention is to run the trains at 160 km per hour in most of the sections. And initially, Delhi-Mumbai, Delhi-Howrah sections are identified for upgradation to 160 km per hour within 3 years at a cost of rupees 10,000 crore. And the name given to this is Mission Raftar. So, Mission Raftar is basically increasing the speed in Indian Railways. And at present, the fastest train in Indian Railways is Gatiman Express, which runs between Delhi and Agra. To be specifically, it runs between Nizamuddin and Agra. Nizamuddin is the railway station in Delhi. Look into the next one. The first eco-friendly liquefied natural gas driven bus was launched in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. And before discussing about it, don't forget, India's first indigenously developed electric bus was recently launched by Ashok Leyland. Ashok Leyland is a Hinduja group company. It recently launched indigenously developed electric bus for the first time in our country, and this is about eco-friendly liquefied natural gas driven bus, and it is a move to switch over towards clean fuel, and it is a pilot project. And all of you are familiar with liquefied natural gas. This is a cleaner and safer fuel. This emits 50% less carbon for mass transportation. And if you talk about this eco-friendly liquefied natural gas bus, this is the initiative of Petronet LNG Limited, Indian Oil as well as Tata Motors. So, Tata Motors is associated with the first liquefied natural gas driven bus, whereas the first electric bus is designed by Ashok Leyland. These things don't forget. Look at the next one. The Prime Minister laid the foundation stone for Mopa International Airport in Goa. The Prime Minister recently visited Goa. Then other important aspect is he also laid the foundation stone for Tume Electronic City in Goa. The second important point is recently the Prime Minister inaugurated Harini Airport in Vadodara. These things don't forget. The chairman of Tata Consultancy Services, the new chairman is Ishat Hussain, and at the same time MD and CEO of Tata Consultancy Services is Natarajan Chandrasekharan. If you look at market capitalization in our country, the largest company is Tata Consultancy Services. Please don't forget. And the new chairman is Ishat Hussain and MD and CEO is Natarajan Chandrasekharan. Our Prime Minister visited Japan, I have already told you, and in this connection, a Memorandum of Understanding was signed between Hyogo Prefecture, this is nothing but Hyogo State as well as Gujarat State for mutual cooperation. Please don't forget, Already a pact exists for cooperation between Kyoto and Varanasi. Please don't forget. Already a pact exists for cooperation between Kyoto city in Japan as well as Varanasi in India. Now this is between Hyogo state as well as Gujarat state for mutual cooperation. So these things don't forget. And look at the next one. During the visit of Prime Minister of UK, recently Theresa May, the Prime Minister of UK, visited India. At the same time, please don't forget, Prime Minister of New Zealand also visited India. And during the visit of Prime Minister of United Kingdom, it was stated that masala bonds, that means rupee denominated bonds of worth 600 million pounds would be listed in London Stock Exchange. Right? Look into the next one. During the visit of Prime Minister to Japan, the Prime Minister travelled from Tokyo to Kobe by bullet train, and both the Prime Ministers travelled from Tokyo to Kobe, and the same technology, that is the Shinkansen technology, will be used for bullet train project between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. And at the same time, the Prime Minister also visited Kawasaki Heavy Industries Limited, where high speed trains are manufactured. Then government decided to impose levy up to rupees 8,500 per flight to fund regional air connectivity scheme UDAN. UDAN is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, basically to connect unserved and underserved airports of the country, and for that purpose government requires money, because government is going to support UDAN through viability gap funding, and the resources for viability gap funding will come from imposing the levy, or you can say regional connectivity cess on some domestic flights, and the maximum is rupees 8,500 per flight, and this is applicable only on scheduled domestic flights operating on major routes, but it excludes the regional flights. Look at the next one. Brand ambassador for 2017 T20 Blind Cricket World Cup. And don't forget, this 2017 Blind Cricket World Cup will be held in India, and Rahul Dravid will be the brand ambassador, and Rahul Dravid also launched the Support Blind Cricket by Buying a Cricket Ball campaign. Look at the next one. Government of India recently extended Armed Forces Special Powers Act, and this is the most controversial act, and recently this act was extended to 3 districts of Arunachal Pradesh. There is a suspicion that NSC and Kaplang faction is active in these areas. And second important point is, as per Armed Forces Special Powers Act, any person can be arrested and premises can be searched without any arrest warrant, and no prosecution of anyone indulging in excesses except with the previous sanction of the government. So, to prosecute the officers indulged in excesses under Armed Forces Special Powers Act, prior sanction of the government is a must. So, that's why it became controversial. And look into the next one. Name the country with which India signed agreement for cooperation in peaceful uses of nuclear energy. The country we are talking about is Japan. Probably Japan is India's 11th country to sign this civil nuclear cooperation agreement, and various news reports quoted different as far as total number of countries with whom India has got this type of agreements, and some news reports have said that Japan is the 11th country, and this is a major achievement for India, as Japan normally do not have civil cooperation agreements with non-NPT countries, and India is the first non-NPT country to have agreement for cooperation in peaceful uses of nuclear energy with Japan. So, look into the next one. An Era of Darkness, the British Empire in India. This is the book which is highly critical about the impact of British rule in India, and this book was written by Congress leader Shashi Tharoor, and this was released recently by our Vice President Hamid Ansari. Vice President elect of USA, all of you are familiar with the President elect Donald Trump. Vice President elect is Mike Pence, please don't forget. National Cancer Awareness Day is observed every year in India on November 7th. Basically, this is to stress upon early detection and cure of cancer. And here, India's first banking robo Lakshmi. This was installed in Chennai. This was installed by City Union Bank Limited. Please don't forget, City Union Bank Limited is the oldest private sector bank functional in the country. This was established in 1904. So, if someone talks about first banking robo Lakshmi, that is installed by City Union Bank Limited, Kumbakonam based bank, but this robo was installed in Chennai. And if someone talks about software robotics or blockchain technology, please don't forget ICICI Bank. If someone talks about artificial intelligence, please don't forget about HDFC. These things are very, very important because to automate their operations, recently these banks introduced these type of technologies. So, if someone talks about Lakshmi, please don't forget, this is the first banking robo in our country. Pandit Amaradeva died recently. He was a famous singer, Magsaysay award winner and belongs to Sri Lanka. Then Maharashtra became the first in the country to have cyber police station in each district, basically to curb cyber crimes. Look at the last one. India's first titanium project started test production in Odisha, and this is the first of its kind titanium plant and only one in the country, and this started test production recently in Ganjam district of Odisha, and at the same time this is expected to produce 36,000 tons of titanium slag. The raw material is ilmenite, please don't forget, and at the same time please don't forget, ISRO recently fully commissioned and started commercial production of titanium sponge at Chavara in Kerala. Right friends, with this let us conclude questions and answers for 45th week. Please do join for capsules of 45th week. Have a nice day. Thank you.